Hey, how's it going? Good to see you again. Today, we're going to be making some burritos. Now, I love burritos and I'm pretty sure you probably love them as well. The reason I love them is because they combine the convenience of a sandwich with all the constituent parts you get in a proper meal. In that, I mean that just like a sandwich, you can eat them with your hands. They're completely portable, so you can take them anywhere you want. But at the same time, they've got everything you would want in a whole meal, wrapped up in the one package. Now, the great thing about burritos is that literally anything goes. Today, we're going to be sort of paying homage to their Mexican origins by making them with some grilled chicken, rice, refried beans, and then some guacamole and salsa. But in the past, I've made breakfast burritos with bacon, eggs, chipped potatoes in there. I've done them with grilled vegetables, couscous, like a Turkish kind of style thing. And I've also done them with fish and all sorts. Literally, you can let your imagination go wild. They're brilliant. You can just do what you like with them. They're so convenient. They are so easy to make, and they are just really enjoyable to eat as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let's get it together and let's take a look at some ingredients. Okie dokie. Well, here's all the ingredients for basically, as I was saying, my take on Mexican inspired spicy chicken burritos. So what have we got? We have the spicy chicken. So basically, I've just grilled off 2 pieces of chicken with some barbecue seasoning there. So that's going to be almost the main event. To go with that, we've got about 300 grams of white rice. Again, steam that, let it go cold, and that's ready to rock and roll. We're going to be making 2 burritos today, so we're going to need 4 wraps. So you can either use the store-bought ones, but if you've watched any of my old videos, you'll know that I love making bread, so we're going to be making our own today. There's enough dough there to make 4 wraps, so do check out my old video if you want to see how to do that. To go along with that, and to go along with everything, we're going to be making some guacamole. So for that, I've got a ripe avocado. I have half a lime. I've got some coriander here. And then I've just chopped up 3 tomatoes here. We're going to use half for the guacamole and the other half is for the salsa. So straight onto that. For the salsa, we're going to use 1.5 tomatoes, the other half of this. We are going to use, this is 1 whole red onion, which I've finely chopped up, and I've just got it soaking in a mixture of water, sugar, and a little bit of vinegar, just to take out the kind of sting of the red onion. It can be quite sharp. So we're going to use half of this in with the salsa, the other half with the refried beans. The other things we're going to use for the salsa is a teaspoon of finely chopped ginger, some tomato ketchup, some hot sauce, and then a dash of soy sauce. And that's going to be maybe some salt and pepper, and maybe I'll pinch a bit of the coriander to go in that as well. And then finally, we've got the refried beans. So I've just got a tin of kidney beans here, about 250 grams. With that, we're going to use the other half of the red onion. I've got 1 finely chopped garlic clove, and then 2 teaspoons of cumin, just for some flavour there. The other things you're going to need, cheese, of course. What burrito would not be complete without cheese? So I've just got some Emmental there. Any grated cheese will do. And then at the end, we're going to have to wrap everything up with some aluminium foil. So basically, I'm going to show you how to make these 3 things: the guacamole, the salsa, and the refried beans, and then how to bring the burrito all together in the end with the wraps. As I said before, anything goes in here. It's so utilitarian. You can put in whatever you like. But I think for me, this is a bit of a classic. I know it works really well and it's super tasty and it's pretty easy to make. Okay, let's make a start. Let's start off with the guacamole. This could not be easier. Let's say very ripe avocado. Just cut it in half and remove the stone. And I'm just going to take the flesh out of this, like so. There you go. And then I'm going to mash it up with a fork. I think I may have needed a bigger bowl. Voila, done. Then to that, I'm going to add half these tomatoes, like so. This is just going to add a bit of sweetness to it, I think, and just bulks it out a bit, which is really good. So I've got about half in there. Just give this a stir around. It's nice and chunky. Tomatoes make it chunky. That's good, I think, in my book at least. Then we take our half lime and then give that a good squeeze on it. Really get your fingers in there, squeeze out all that juice, like so. Okay, and then more stirring. And then twist of pepper, twist of salt, stir it up a bit more. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Taste it. That's really good. A bit more salt needed though. Like so. And then finally some coriander. Yeah, I'm going to just got a load of the leaves here. I'm just going to tear this up roughly and just drop it in. We'll save a bit for the salsa because it's always good in the salsa as well. So I don't know, just like a handful, a bit of a pinch. And then one last stir. And there we go. We are ready to go with our salsa. Oh, that tastes really, really good. Okay, let's make the sauce next. And now for the salsa. I think if anything, this is actually quicker and easier than the guacamole, if that's even possible. Okay, so how to do it. Right, we get our leftover tomatoes, put them in the bowl. To that, we take half of our red onion that's been soaking in this mixture of vinegar, water, and a little bit of sugar. So we put about half in there. I'm keeping, just a little bit of the vinegar briny mixture. I'm just adding a little bit of that there, but not too much because that will all go in with our refried beans. So I've got about half there. Then to that, we add finely sliced ginger, a dash of soy sauce, just a little dash, like so. Then big squeeze of tomato ketchup. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but whenever I make this salsa, everyone loves it. It goes down so well. So I'm always really proud of my salsa. So I'm sharing the secret to that. So do make the most of it and enjoy. I hope it goes down well with you as it does with everyone I know. So mix that together like so. And then I think I forgot to mention this earlier on, but I've got some hot sauce here. It's very, very hot sauce. So be sparing if you use something like this, but I'm going to just add a couple of drops of this just to pep it up a little bit. Let's do some more stirring, like so. So again, it's a really chunky salsa. It's not, like the ones you get in the shops, which are a bit sort of runny almost. This is really, really chunky. And then Got some salt, which I'm just going to add. A couple of twists of pepper. Stir this round. Try it. That's great. Really tangy. A little bit hot from that hot sauce. Really good. And then we're just going to finish off with leftover coriander. Again, coriander just gives it this nice little lift there. So just drop that on top, tear it up. And there you have it. It's that simple. It's that easy. It's that great. If you want your salsa to be the best, absolutely amazing, make it the day before. That gives it a chance to really come together and all those flavours to cook in there. So yeah, if you can, make it the day before, it'll be even better. For the refried beans, we move over to the stove. And basically, I have a pot on the hob on a high heat with some oil just heating up in there. To that, we add our garlic and clove straight in there. And then alongside that, we drop in 2 teaspoons of cumin. Give that a bit of a stir around, like so. Wow, that's really fragrant. Once that's started to sort of sizzle and bubble away, I'm just going to whack the onions straight in there with all the vinegar, sugar and water mixture. So they go in there, and I'm going to bring this up to a bit of a boil. I don't actually know why this is refried beans. It's kind of like beans that I just really stew away. Maybe they start to fry again towards the end. I have no idea. If anyone knows, drop something in the comment. But whatever it is, they taste really good. So this is starting to bubble away a bit. And then to that, I'm literally just going to add the beans straight in there, brine or whatever it is in the tin as well. And then just going to add a dash of soy sauce. And we're just going to bring this up to a simmer, and we're going to reduce all this liquid down, and these beans are going to really soften up. So I'm going to bring it up to a simmer. When it's simmering away, I'm going to put the lid on, and we're going to simmer that for about 20 minutes. And by that point, hopefully the beans will be nice and soft. They'll start to mash up, and there'll be that kind of really velvety, smooth texture, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is really boiling away. So what we're going to do is reduce the heat down to 2, whatever 2 is, and then add the lid on, and we'll stew those down, as I say, for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go and make some wraps. It is about 20 minutes later, and our beans have been simmering away like good ones, like that. So they're really simmered down. The beans are starting to break up, and they're super soft. What we're going to do, I seem to be doing this all the time at the moment, but hey, bear with me. We're going to get our blitzer and just give them a bit of a blitz up, like so, to break those beans up. I'm sure you could use a masher or something, would be just as good, but I like to use a blitzer, like so. So those are all mashed together like that. We're just going to put it back on the heat. We're going to leave the lid off and give that another 5 minutes just to reduce down and get really velvety and unctuous. I said that I was going to make my bread. and then here you go. So as I say, you can use the shop bought ones, but trust me, the kind of homemade ones are far better. Okay, so let's give those beans 5 minutes and they should be done. Here they are, just reducing down nicely. So as I said, about 5 minutes and they should be nice and thick and velvety. 5 minutes later and I reckon the beans are good to go. They're certainly nice and thick and yeah, velvety, just the texture that I am looking for there. We will taste them and check for seasoning, see if they need any salt and pepper. It's really close, but I think just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. There. One last stir. So here we are, it's nice and thick. You don't want them too runny, but at the same time, if they're too thick, they just all stick together in like a block. So you want this kind of texture, a bit like really thick paint or something, just like that. So let's have one final seasoning check. Perfect. They are ready to go. So let's start putting these burritos together. There's no sort of fixed way of doing this really. Anything goes, I suppose. But this always seems to work for me. First of all, I've got some tin foil, a good amount, like about a foot or something, which I'm going to put on 2 of our wraps, like so. Overlapping each other, like that. And then, this is the way I always sort of do it. I'm going to start off with some refried beans. So just whack those on there. Put it all over your burritos, your wrap, sorry. Try and cover everything as much as you can, like so. And then top of that, this often depends on how greedy you're feeling or how hungry you are. We're going to put our rice. Oops, I'm losing no refried beans there, but that's all right. So a layer of rice, like so. Spread that around again, nice even sort of covering. And then we're going to go for our chicken, our barbecue chicken. So just put that on there. I've chopped it up, by the way, as you can no doubt see. So spread on half, like so. And then let's go for some guacamole. Good whack here and there, just move it in. And as I say, the great thing about this, it's like a sandwich, but at the same time, it's that complete meal. You've got everything that you'd have on a plate here. You've got your rice, you've got your meat, you've got your side sort of portions or side orders. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to finish off, not finish off, I'm going to go for some salsa next. Just put that on like so. And then we'll finish off with a load of our cheese. And again, I'm just going to be really liberal in putting this all over the place. Can get a bit messy, but hey ho, it doesn't matter. So that's that, we're ready to go. If you want to add some more hot sauce or anything to that, you can do, or anything else that you want to add, but this is what we've got at the moment. Now this is the challenging bit. Basically, we're going to wrap this up in the tin foil. So I'm just going to bring these sides together, like so. Takes a bit of practice. Try and cover it all over and then just fold in these ends like that. So everything is kind of well covered. Then I'm going to just, if I can, shift it to the one edge. Then I'm going to pick up one edge of the tin foil and roll it. Really tight roll. As tight as I can get it. Like so. And there we go. And I'm just going to tuck these ends in so everything is well covered. And there you have it. God, it's like a little silver baby. What we're going to do now is just going to put it in an oven at about 150 degrees for like 10 minutes. Basically, it's going to warm it up, melt that cheese, make everything come together in a really nice way, and just give us time to clean down and everything. And here we have it. My take on Mexican-inspired spicy chicken burritos. This thing is huge and amazing. You need the tinfoil there just to hold it all together. If you didn't have it, you have no chance. It'd be falling apart all over the place. And there you go. Just look at that. I can't wait for this. So just peel back some of this tinfoil and get stuck in there. I'm sitting at the table here, but I could be eating this anywhere, in front of the TV, out in the garden. It's perfectly mobile. It's a meal in your hands. I think it's amazing. The flavours in there are out of this world. I can taste the guacamole, the salsa, the chicken, the refried beans, the rice, melted cheese. Oh, it's just perfect. You are going to absolutely love making these at home. Go for it. Tell me how you get on and enjoy yourself. And I'll see you next time for more Cooking with Tris. Real food for real people. See you soon.